Skydiving starts today. A 22-year-old American hopes to make history at the Dubai International Parachuting Championship. Michelle Miller went to some extremes of her own to learn how he's defying gravity and expectations. Michelle, good morning.
Good morning. Well, Jarrett Martin is the first ever junior competitor to make the U.S. parachute team. But that's not the only thing that makes him remarkable. Martin is also paralyzed from the chest down. And when he makes his jump on Friday, it's believed he'll become the first paraplegic to ever compete in an international skydiving competition. During freefall, Jarrett Martin's body behaves just like any other skydivers, plummeting towards Earth at about 120 miles an hour. But it's what he does upon landing that is truly significant. He is an accuracy specialist. His task during tournaments is to land on a tiny dot about the size of a fingernail. It's an extremely difficult challenge for most parachutists, and even more so when you have absolutely no control over your legs and feet.
It's one of those things where I'm going to do it for the rest of my life. And I want to be 90 years old and frail old man, people helping me in the airplane, and I'm just going to do it for as long as I can, you know?
Martin did his first skydive with his father when he was only 9 years old. He was hooked. By the time he was 14, he was jumping solo. Pushing his limits, Martin turned to base jumping, parachuting not out of planes, but from bridges and mountainsides. In 2009, after leaping off of a 2,000-foot cliff in Hawaii, Martin's chute malfunctioned. The crash broke his spine, crushed his vital organs, and tore his aorta.
The doctor, when I came out of my coma, he says, I would have bet a year's salary that you would have been dead by the time you got to the hospital. A lot of people are like, oh, I should have been dead. No, I really should have been dead.
Why are you still doing it?
It's fun. It's the only thing I know.
He has a gift. He has a natural skill for flying the parachute.
James Hayhurst is the director of competition for the U.S. Parachute Association. He first met Martin 2 years ago. When Jarrett showed up to nationals, what did you think?
Well, we were all a little shocked. Actually, there's never been a paraplegic competitor of any kind at any skydiving competition, to my knowledge. And he shows up with his dad, and we watched him on a practice jump, and it immediately became clear he was a competent canopy pilot who just happened to be a paraplegic.
Still, Martin's paralysis is an added risk. During a hard landing, he can't tell if he's been seriously injured, but the way he sees it, he's already escaped death once, and there is nothing quite like the thrill of skydiving.
My best explanation, I would say, is floating combined with acceleration, falling combined with the sense of being stationary. I don't know.
What you're telling me is that in order to do a complete and thorough story about this,
You're going to have to go skydiving.
I got to jump out of the plane.
Yes.
And so we did.
I am so nervous for you.
Martin is helped onto the plane. We follow along with other experienced jumpers. The plane climbs to 14,000 feet. I take the plunge first, with Martin in hot pursuit. He's right. Free falling is a sensation that defies easy explanation. But when you finally touch down, that is pure joy. For many, it's a once-in-a-lifetime experience.
Oh, you did awesome.
For Martin, it's just another day.
I'd really like to see more people with disabilities get out there and charge hard. You know, I'm a horrible skydiver now that I can't use my legs, but I still have a good time and do the things I want to do.
Well, incredibly, Martin started skydiving again just 6 months after he was paralyzed. And although he still struggles sometimes with the disappointment of losing his mobility, he told us that competing in the Dubai tournament has long been a dream of his, and now he's finally getting the chance to live it out.
Wow. I don't know, Michelle. The guy who's been severely injured says to you, I'm worried for you. And you still say, I'm going to go.
Well, you know,
Did you tell your family you were doing it?
I didn't tell anybody because,
Wow.
Janelle Adriano, the producer, was like, you're doing this. I was like, I haven't made my mind up. But not until I met the U.S. team did I say to myself, you know what? They're jumping out every hour.
Nothing like
I can do
skydiving.
it. It sure was something.
Bravo to you and to him.